Road in Liverpool, New York. We are right down the road from Liverpool High School, and of course, we are here every single month with the Liverpool athletic programs, coaches, as well as administration and student athletes throughout the year. And I always appreciate the time that we've had with Liverpool. So, with that being said, we have softball here with us tonight. Part two of our special. We have Liv Henty here with us, and we have head coach Phil DeAugustine. Please give them a round of applause. So, Liv, you have the mic first. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. So, you were called the mom. I don't know if you liked the answer. Did you like it? Did you not like it?
No, it was really sweet. I was just being dramatic.
Okay. Just being dramatic.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I have a question here. Your teammates are blowing up floaties right now. Is this to protect you from the senior thing that I knew about last year?
They were on our feet while you were interviewing. Yeah, that's why I couldn't get in there.
So, I know that when we did the interviews last year, one of the boys' teams was with me, and somebody came in and got him while we were live.
Was it on a Friday?
No,
Was he wearing a floaty?
it wasn't on Friday. No, he took the floaty out.
Yeah, that's his problem.
Okay. So, who's left on the softball team? Oh, wait, because there's only two seniors, so you're the only two. So,
We're not on the same team though.
how long do we have left? I know it goes until it goes. Until someone wins? So there's no, end date?
No.
Okay. Who do you think is going to try to get you?
We don't know who has us. It's like a different team has us each round, and we don't know who has us.
You don't know who has you right now? Have you survived a round already?
Like 3 or 4.
3 rounds. Okay. How many people are left?
Like 100.
Like 100.
They keep doing the bridges, and then everyone gets out, or everyone gets someone else.
So, Liv, who do you think of Emily and Maya is going to actually last?
Definitely Maya Mills. Because didn't Emily already get out and then she got re-entered back in?
Exactly.
Yeah, she got out twice already.
How did she get re-entered?
Because of my whole team didn't get out.
Oh, so as long as your team survives, you move on.
Right. But
But-
I literally, while I'm going to practice, I don't have a choice but to leave.
So, but Maya's never been caught.
No, Maya's more stealthy. She's a sneaky
Okay.
girl.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. So, Liv, you heard me ask your teammates this. What made you get into softball?
Definitely my mom. She always played growing up, and then she coached me when I was younger, so I just stuck with it since I was younger.
What's your mom's first name?
Carly,
Carly. What do you want to say to Carly?
I love you. Happy belated Mother's Day. Almost birthday Friday. She's my best friend. I love her. She's everything to me, so yeah.
So, Mom Carly is your best friend. You got called the mom of the team. So, what would you say is a good quality to have as the quote-unquote mom? What's a good mom quality?
Good mom quality. Always like being supportive, I'd say. My mom's very supportive, so I hope that means I'm supportive if that's you guys are going to mom. But yeah, I'll definitely say supportive. She's my number one cheerleader.
All right. Shout out to Mom. Coach, how are you?
Oh,
Doing well, thank you.
Now, happy to have you here. I know that this is something that we had to work through the season and the ad-libbing of the season, but isn't there turf on the horizon?
It's in the
hopes.
very distant horizon.
Yeah.
It's nothing that's guaranteed.
So, what can you say about the fact of coaching a sport where you have to be really ready at any given time?
Well, that I think that's the most frustrating part is the girls work so hard, we build up to game day, and then it's canceled. And then the next day is canceled. And I think we don't get a lot of continuity throughout the season just because we start, stop, and everybody gets a little bit bored of practicing in a gym or hitting in a cage.
How do you try to make it fun when there is that element of surprise?
I think we just want to be able to be ready to face whatever situation we're dealing with. We've packed for, we might have a game, we might have practice, we might have nothing, all on the same day. So it's all about being organized and being able to be flexible.
So why do you keep coming back? Why do you love the sport?
And like Liv just said, someone asked me today, this is my 32nd year, he says, do you still like coaching? I said, I love coaching, because it's to me, it's teaching.
Yeah.
And we get to teach the kids, and we get to see them actually perform the stuff that we've taught. We get to see a lot of growth out of our young ladies here, and it's something I still enjoy doing all the time.
And you heard some of your student athletes speak on the fact that you teach them on and off the field. For you, having the job that you have and the opportunity that you have, how important is it to teach them about being good people in society and not just really good on a field for a couple hours?
Well, high school sports is just another avenue for working with young people and telling them what's right and how to behave and how to react to adversity. I know Coach Romand and I and Coach Charles and Coach Bernie, we're always trying to make everybody think, what's the best way to handle this situation, and think about what you've done, and then have confidence in yourself. Be ready to, and as I was just saying, to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's the stuff that's going to serve you going on in your life.
Liv, what would you say is the best thing that Coach has taught you up to this point?
Oh, up to this point. Okay, well, this is like a multi-part because I've had him for school ball and travel ball. So we've been like in the summer tournaments doing like our team stuff there too. So I'd say number one thing he's taught me probably to trust myself. Like sometimes you doubt yourself a lot, especially in softball. It's a game of failure. So definitely trusting yourself is huge, and I feel like he instills that in a lot of us. Like he gives us confidence, he builds us up. And so.
You said softball is a game of failure. What makes you say that?
I mean, a good batting average is hitting 1 every 5 at bats. So, like, if you fail 4 out of 5 times, like, it sounds really bad, but in softball, it's not that bad.
How have you learned how to deal with failure and keep bouncing back from playing the sport?
Honestly, it's like having a good team camaraderie, and then Coach D and, like, Coach Roman and all them. Like, everybody builds each other up. Like, when you come back in the dugout, everybody's giving high fives, hyping you up. So the next person picks you up with their at bat. So it's really just having each other's back and all helping each other out.
So you heard your teammates say something good about each other. If there was a teammate that you had to trust with your life, like you're driving across the country and this is the person that is behind the wheel the whole time, which teammate do you trust the most?
Okay, I'm going to take driving out of it because half of them can't drive. So if we're not talking about the actual driving portion and the life in my hand, my life in their hands, I'd have to go. Oh, this is really hard. I know. Okay, I would have to say Lucy because she's my girl. Like she's had my back through a lot of difficult things.
Okay.
So I'd go with Lucy.
So you would trust Lucy.
Yeah.
Who is the person that you think would sing the whole way across the country?
Definitely still Lucy.
Okay, still Lucy?
Yeah, but still
What
Lucy.
type of music? What is there a certain person?
We would bounce around. We would go from like some like ghetto songs that would stay in that car, and then like some country. She probably sing like Old MacDonald. Like she goes up and down, up and down. So.
All right, fair enough. Coach, if someone had to drive the team bus tomorrow,
Yeah,
who would you trust?
Grace. Because Grace doesn't get too high, Grace doesn't get too low.
Okay.
Grace is focused. She's very quiet, but also very aggressive. So I would trust Grace.
If you fell asleep and someone was driving the bus and y'all got pulled over, who do you think is the person that would say or do something to get you guys a ticket?
Ashley Nestor, without a doubt.
Why Ashley?
Because she just says whatever comes to her mind, and never anything negative. But she might say something as inquisitive to the officer, and he might take it, or she might take it as offensive.
Okay, fair enough. Coach, the best thing that you've gotten over the years from coaching softball?
Relationships with these wonderful young ladies.
Fair enough. Simple and very deep. All right, Liv, tell me something good about Coach.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Coach D.
Try.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach D. Well, I would say, kind of piggybacking off of what Maya and Em said, like he does check up on us outside of just softball. Like he cares about our genuine personal lives too. Like he's always been there for us through the toughest things. Especially like I said, I had him in travel too. So he definitely has our back with everything. He teaches us, and he teaches us in a way that doesn't like degrade us. Some people like put you down as they teach, and he's always built us up. Like he makes us the best versions of ourselves. So that's probably the best thing I'd say.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Coach, tell me something good about Liv.
Oh, well, like she said, I get fortunate sometimes to have kids for multiple years, and when you have someone for 4 or 5 years, you get to see their growth, their not just their skills, but their personality. And I think, as these girls echoed, you know, Liv has become very much a leader, and that's what we want from our young ladies to come out of their shell and be somebody that others will look to for leadership.
When you're looking at who's going to be the leader of this program or leaders of this program, what qualities are you looking for?
Like Maya and Em were talking about, we just need to take each other's personalities and lives and look at that and say, you know what, hey, we're all here for you. Someone who has to be open. I know I've had teams in the past where the upperclassmen have gone off and done their own things, leaving the underclassmen behind, whether it's going out to eat or going out to watch a movie. But these guys have definitely stick together, and that's, I think, the best part about them.
Liv, what would you say makes a good leader?
I think, is it working?
Yeah, you're working.
Okay. I think a good leader is someone who picks everybody up without having to be asked. Like, a good leader doesn't have to be asked to do things. They take their own initiative and do it.
Okay.
Definitely picks everybody up, and it doesn't.
No, you're good. It's usually my voice. Check. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, like, takes initiative, does things themselves, and like carries the weight of everyone without putting too much pressure on themselves. I think it's important to take care of yourself too, but also making sure that like you're helping the people who need like a little pushing when you need it most.
I like that. So know when. How do you gauge when to push somebody?
I think that's just something that like you're born with. Like I feel like you just, I don't know, like empathy, like sympathy. I don't know which one it is. It's one of those words. I always get them mixed up. But the empathy, sympathy word, like when you feel like you can just tell when someone's having a bad day and they need a little extra boost to like come out of their cell that day, or need a little extra pick me up. I feel like you can just tell, seeing it on their face, especially when you've been with the girls all season. Like you can tell who needs a little something here and there.
I like that. I appreciate that. Who's been there for you?
Honestly, every single person has been there one day or another. I'd say Maya and Em have definitely stepped up this year and made sure that everyone's felt welcomed. We had 10 new girls on the team this year, and that makes like a lot of new changing and adjusting, and they made sure everyone felt welcome, and I think that's really nice.
Awesome. Coach, with all the new players on the team this year, how have you seen the culture?
Like I said, I think that's the best aspect of this team is how they treat each other. They're always up. You know, you're never going to know whether we're winning or losing a game because they're always cheering, and they're always, as you said, supporting each other. And ultimately, that's what you want out of a team. If you just measure a season by wins and losses, you're missing the big part of what we're trying to do here as educators.
Before we get into rapid fire, Coach, for 2025, best moment this season for you?
Just really quickly, we got invited to play in a tournament down in Binghamton. The team dropped out. They needed someone, and the girls went down. There wasn't any grumbling. There wasn't, I can't do this. They just got right to it. We had 2 really good wins down there against some tough teams, and we really kind of saw the girls evolve a bit, especially competitively down there.
I love that, being able to respond with short notice. Liv, what has been your favorite part of the season?
My favorite part, there we go, I got
Yeah,
it. My favorite part has been like hanging out with everyone, and we've done a lot of team stuff this year, team dinners, hanging out when we can, gone out to get North Star. Just basically hanging out with everyone. I feel like we built a good relationship, especially with a lot of new girls. We've all grown up together, but kind of like played on different teams, so it's good to all finally come together. I feel like the best part has been, even on our days that we lose, like our bus rides back, we have fun. We pick each other up. We always play some fun music, get our dance on, do each other's hair. Just having like the girl like team bond.
I like it. All right. What is there a song that's usually on the bus?
A lot. No. We always play like, Yeah, our playlist is pretty minimal. We just keep hitting shuffle. But I'd say a lot of Nicki Minaj comes on. Everybody kind of gets down with her. I'll say, I don't know which one, but a lot of her songs.
All right, Nicki Minaj. Coach, do you feel like you know the lyrics of Nicki Minaj's music now?
Some. I'm never sure which song, which singer it is, but they do an excellent job of picking the edited versions that don't have a bunch of foul language in it.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I like hearing that. You don't hear that a lot today.
No.
Coach, what's your first question in rapid fire for me?
If there was any decade that you could be 20 years old in, which decade in history would you pick?
That I could be 20 years old?
20 years old, prime of your life, the world at your fingertips.
In any decade, I would probably say that's tough. I don't know. I always say like I have a Captain America complex is what I
Okay,
call it.
all right.
That I believe in chivalry. I believe in doing things the right way all the time. And I don't know if the world today, I feel like it's maybe shifting back in this direction, but I don't know if the world today really likes the good guy as much as the old world did. So I feel like if I went back to like the 20s and I was 20, that maybe that type of guy would be more appreciated, but I'm hoping that in these 20s, the 2020s, that's maybe the good guy and the good girl life is coming back.
Good.
I'm going to say that.
That was so sweet.
So I'll say that. My question back to you, Coach.
Yes.
If you could go anywhere back in time or forward in time, where would you want to go and why?
You know, I would like to go back and start all over again. This is, like I said, my 32nd year, my third school I've coached at, and everywhere I've been, I've met wonderful people, wonderful young ladies, and being closer to 60 years old now you reflect upon that time. Maybe you didn't understand it when you're in your 20s and your 30s. But I would go back and experience many of those great times that I've had, many of those great people I've met in the past.
That's awesome. I love that. Go back and appreciate it again. Liv, what's your question?
If you were on death row,
If I was on death row,
what would be your last meal, like full course, all drinks, dessert? What would you have?
oh man, okay. So if I was on death row, I was just in Italy. So if I was on death row and I can have as much as I want, well, I'm gonna get a really big meal because one of my brothers is gonna get me off it. They're gonna find a way to get me out of death row. They're gonna save my life. So I'm gonna have this meal be really good, but be a long meal so that they have time to break in. So margarita pizza from Napoli. I'm gonna pick octopus from the Isle of Capri. This is all in Italy. I'm gonna pick all stuff from Italy. I'm gonna say gelato from Maddaloni, which is where my family's from in Italy. I will say the seafood like pasta I got from Tortora because there's a place in Italy that has my last name. So I'd say that. And from Rome, I would take probably the ahi tuna that I had there. And what else would I take from Rome? Probably like another seafood dish that I had that had sea bass on it. So it was really, I like seafood, I like pizza. So I'd probably take all that stuff and have a really big meal in the hopes that I would get freed
Okay,
before I finished it.
I like it.
So I'm Italian and Hispanic, so I'm not going down without a fight. That's what I'll tell you. My question back to you, Liv. So we've been talking about food. I'm super hungry right now. If you had your favorite pizza of all time, like if you came in here to Avicolli's, you could put anything on the pizza, what would you put on the pizza to be your favorite? And then what's the one topping that should never be put on pizza?
Okay, don't hate on me, but
Okay.
I do like a good pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple, okay. I
Okay,
like
so I
pineapple
would
too.
go pineapple, maybe like a little bacon, like some bacon on there.
Pineapple, bacon, all right.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty simple. Like I like ranch, but I wouldn't want it on it, so I put like a little ranch on the side. I know. It's just.
All right, go ahead. Try again.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
It says, wait.
They do it.
There you go. Wait, there it is. Okay.
Okay. No, it
This is
doesn't
the-
do it when I do it.
All right, here. How about you switch? That one's working for you.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So I would do pineapple, bacon bits, little ranch on the side, but then like stuffed crust pizza. I mean, like the crust, I would want it like stuffed.
Okay.
With cheese.
All right. So bacon, pineapple, and stuffed crust. What's the one topping that should never be put on pizza?
Mushrooms. I hate mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Okay.
Yeah.
Your teammates are saying pineapple, which you love. All right, Coach, what's your last question for me?
If you could be the head coach of any sports team in history, which team would that be?
The Jacksonville Jaguars, so I can try to save our franchise.
No.
Yeah.
Pick your time period.
Oh, I got to pick my time period too. I would say the Jaguars of the '90s because they almost got to the Super
With
Bowl
Tom
twice.
Coughlin. Yep.
So yeah, so I would have Tom Coughlin be my assistant,
All right.
but I will be the head coach. So I could have Mark Brunell, Keenan McCardell, Jimmy Smith, Fred Taylor, Tony Baselli, Marcus Stroud, Donovan Darius, Aaron Beasley, all those guys, and I would want to lead that team to the Super Bowl.
All right.
My question back to you, Coach. If you switch souls, like you had a little Freaky Friday,
Okay.
so you switch souls with someone for 24 hours, who would you want to switch with and why?
So I could be anyone
Yeah,
for
you could be anyone.
24 hours.
You like shake hands with this person, and there's a strike of lightning, and now you're in their body, they're in your body.
I'd probably pick my wife because then I could experience how awesome I am both sides.
All right, fair enough. I like that. I hope your wife sees this. All right, Liv, what's your last question for me?
Oh, I'm getting a request put in. Hold on.
We'll try to help.
Oh, I got it. Okay. No, I believe it's fine. If you played softball, what position would you play and why?
Oh, if I played softball, what position would I play?
Yeah.
I would want to, so I played Little League growing up, and I always wanted to pitch.
Yeah.
So I would want to pitch.
That's baseball.
I know, so if I was playing softball, I want to be the pitcher.
Okay.
I want the pressure. I want to be there at the end of the game, and I want it to be on me
Okay.
because I like the pressure, and I've always been that way. I feel like under pressure, you're going to get my best all the time. So I'll say pitch.
What if you're a pitcher, what do you think your number one pitch would be?
That's a tough question.
Screwball, curveball, rice ball, changeup.
I feel like I'd probably want to have. I want to have something crazy. Maybe like a change. I probably have to like a good change up,
Nasty changeup.
like a nasty change up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give them something that they think they know what it is, but they don't.
That's like what Lex has. She drops that nice little changeup right outside corner. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Lex.
Shout out to Lex.
All right, Liv. My final question for you: if you took over my show tomorrow morning, and you had to interview any 3 people in the world, who would you interview if you were hosting Wake Up Call?
Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Maybe like Kevin Hart. I'd want a really funny show.
Okay.
Kevin Hart, Adam Sandler.
I know. No, just
Wait, what did you say?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, I could get down with him. Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, let's go with
Okay.
that.
So why those 3?
Because I think they'd be really funny. Like if they're sitting across from me right now, I feel like I would just laugh looking at them.
Okay.
Like Adam Sandler in his nice little outfit, like I know I would just be sitting across him laughing the entire time and think it'd be really funny.
All right, I like that. I can appreciate it and respect it. So with that being said, for Liv Henty as well as Coach Phil DeAugustine, myself, Dan Tortora, here at Avicolli's with Liverpool softball, celebrating Liverpool athletics every month from Avicolli's. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Of course.